But I don't think anyone cares about knights, to be honest.
Well, I'm sure there's people out there that do, but it's just obviously not us.
No, I don't. Personally, I know nothing of the character, and I wish not to know anything of the character. Just that adding that character into both Sonic Riders games was just annoying.
I don't anymore, to be honest, because I don't know much about the character or anything like that. So I don't know what to say.
Yeah. What was the other one called in the first one? I don't know. It's a lanky. I think she's off a SingStar game or something. Just on off something like that. But it's a tall, lanky, white dress, pink-haired woman. I can't remember her name. And personally, I'm glad I don't.
I suppose the best thing to go on to now is, being on the topic of Sonic Heroes, is to talk about some of the levels.
Ah, of course, yes, might as well. The first level you come across in Sonic Heroes is Seaside Hill. Now, for only 100,000 rings, you can buy a lovely flat on this island. And the only bad side is that you get attacked by hordes of robotic robots and have the occasional Sonic character run through and destroy the place.
Hmm.
Which is not a bad deal. But of course, you get attacked by giant turtles. No, you can ride on them actually, get across the other side.
Yeah.
Or is that the next level? No, I'm positive. I don't think it is it? I think it might be, yeah.
No, it's the next level actually.
Yeah, thought so. But yeah, anyway, it's a nice level. I've got to say,
Yeah.
it's definitely worthy of being that a good level to introduce the game or introduce the player to the game. Sorry.
Yeah, I think. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah, I think they did do quite a good job with the backgrounds. I think one thing Sega have always done very well with Sonic games is that they've done very good with the backgrounds.
Yeah, the levels have definitely been really nice to look at.
So I think if we're going to do a topic on retro Sonic games, which I really hope we are, I think backgrounds. I'll definitely be bringing that up because I'm very impressed with some of the backgrounds they've got for some of the levels.
Yeah.
And
Well,
I think it continues into Sonic Heroes. I think they still keep the levels very well, beautifully made.
this level is obviously going to be easy since it's just basic training. It introduces gates where it has beams of the coloured team member type. Whereas a red, obviously, it changes you to a power type. A blue changes you into speed, and a yellow changes you into flying type. This usually sets up the formation you need for the area to complete it successfully. Right. Also, cannons are introduced, which when the speed is the lead of the team, the cannon shoots you to your destination. Whereas flying, it shoots you up to destination via a different path, maybe longer or shorter, depending. And power, you control it manually, where you just press a button and you can fire each individual person all at once. Also, stunt rings are introduced, where if you jump into a rainbow-coloured ring, you get 1,000 points and an extra 800 point boost for every other character of your team that makes it through. And it also propels you forwards, skipping a small part of the level and getting into a good position for the next part. Anything you want to add on to this level then, Zephyr?
Well, I don't really know much anymore I can add to that level, but I suppose I could go on to talk about what happens when you complete the level. You go on to the next level.
Obviously.
Oh yeah, sorry. Sorry. Yeah, after you complete that level, you then go into Ocean Palace, which is basically it's full of stone doors and crumbling ruins. So you mainly want to be focusing on your power type in order to break them, but mind they don't fall on you when you're moving fast, for instance. Fans are in this level. If you use your power character to utilize, you can use it to utilize these by using the special triangle dive, and it will enable you to float up to wherever the next bit is in the level. The end of the level involves being chased by 3 giant stone wheels, And as long as you keep moving, then there shouldn't really be much of a problem. And then when that bit's done, you're then advanced, and you'll then start to meet Eggman.
Right, the first boss in this game is the Egghawk. Robotnik really just unleashes his easiest robot, I suppose, in this level, where he'll fly backwards in a hawk-shaped plane, obviously, shooting from the beak, and you just have to chase him while collecting rings and dodging the shots until you reach a little round area of beach, which then you're surrounded by enemies, but the plane will do a 360-degree turn, and so what you have to basically do is just attack either individual parts or Robotnik himself, which will eventually lead to destroying the plane. Right, after that, he just shouts some random gibberish at you and leaves. Right, and then you move on to Grand Metropolis, which I think I'll leave to my co-host.
Yeah. And also after that is done, you'll go into Grand Metropolis, which mainly has got paths of energy where it will keep you constantly moving and will always propel you forward, which are in ways very useful. But you've got to be very careful at the same time because there are little tricks and traps in there which sometimes can cause you to go off course and you'll fall and lose a life. And this level is also the level which introduces switches. You can either push or pull them, depending on whatever it is they do, by standing next to them and pressing the action button to grab it and then just push back or forth in order to push or pull it. And by doing this will enable you to open up doors or open up more paths and other stuff. Enemies can guard the paths, but you've also got to be careful to destroy all of them, because if you don't do that, you might not be able to find an exit.
Right, the next level after Grand Metropolis is Power Plant. Now on this level it's probably best if you level up your flying character first, just because at this level mostly involves that character, mainly due to the vast amount of tall pillars and flying enemies.
Everyone's lagging, I just died for no reason.
At the end of this level you're inside a chamber where pure liquid energy is rising up from the bottom. Now for this bit, all you have to do is just basically use the character that it tells you to use via the signs, mainly speed and flying that you have to use. But if you fall in, it does the classic Sonic thing where you just rebound off it with your rings scattering everywhere. And basically, if you just try to land on a platform after that, then you should be fine. But if you do hit it again, then you will die. This level is pretty tricky because you've got all those fireballs and everything around enemies there. And a lot
it's the last bit in particular. That's the hardest bit I think in this level.
Yeah, and a lot of turtles as well, shooting those weird green rings, which I find annoying.
And on top of that, you then move on to the next boss level. Well, depending on which team you are. Because if you're Team Sonic, it's a team battle. So what it will be is, if you're Team Sonic, you'll be up against Team Rose, and if you're Team Dark, you'll be up against Team Chaotix. So it's going to be a 3-on-3 onslaught, if you will, and you've got to try and take out the 3 of your opponents in this specific level, being Power Plant, for instance. And obviously the faster you do it, then you'll get a better grade overall, and that helps as well.
Cool. Alright, next level is Casino Park. Now this level is a cross between Sonic's 2 Casino Night and Sonic Adventures Casinopolis, and a few new things thrown into it as well. You can use the jump control to use the flippers, pinball machines, and directional to semi-control the characters while you're rolling. But beware of the grey searchlight robots, because if they spot you in their searchlight, then they will make enemies teleport to your position. Also beware of the purple and gold clagging robots, which I think they're called, which
Don't take pallets to the underground. That's the worst.
If they catch you, basically, in that weird thing they have in between their legs, was it? It's like, not that, but no, they have two
Turrets.
not turret. They have two like metal arms with wheels in the bottom of them. That's what they use to move along. But in between the wheels, it's kind of like spikes and like a force field type.
It's
Yeah.
alright. It's good.
And also, if you get caught in that, then it would trap your characters. Well, the purple ones will trap it momentarily.
Well,
But if the gold ones capture your character, then they go, and they go away. Then you will have your character lost permanently for the level, unless you use Team Blast to bring them back.
Yeah, that's good. That's good use.